Welcome back to the Blissful Badger. This week, I want to talk about having multiple projects going on at once, and how, in the hobby, that's not actually a bad thing. This will also give a quick rundown of some of the projects you can expect to see in the next few weeks to months, as I work through all of these projects and get a video out for them. Although some of my videos are done week to week and the project starts and ends in the same period of time, some of them go on for several weeks or even months before I make a video of them. So this is a snapshot in time and shows kind of how I project manage. So let's go look at some of the things. First off, my desk has 20 clan rats still need to be cleaned up before getting primed. That was a second-hand purchase. And right next to them are some Horus Heresy models. I am currently working on building up some of my tactical marines. I plan on having 3 squads of 20, so I have quite a ways to go still. And those are more sprues, the instructions, and a unit of 5 Cataphracti Terminators that I also have to build. But I do have one with the primer on, so I know what I'm looking at for color inspiration. And I just finished painting some of my Necrons, so those paints are still out on the desk as well. Projects in progress. And then, if we come across this way, you see a bunch of empty boxes, well, you see a bunch of full boxes of empty sprue. That is all in preparation for the Stompa duplication process. And then we have a storage container that I am in the process of magnetizing for my Necrons that I am still working on painting. Some of these are not magnetized yet. I still need to receive my 50mm bases for my Wraiths before I magnetize them. So that's another 2 projects that I've been working on. Coming around here is more Heresy era models and a few kit bashes that I have in mind. Going beyond that, the magnetizing and priming sections are still on the table, along with my water bottle and paint. I've been working on painting up the Arcadia Quest base set, so I can get some games of that in. And another piece of terrain idea that I had. Again, I've just been gathering the materials for that yet. I haven't actually started work on it. Going beyond that, I still have some temporary lighting for my cases. I hope to have that up in a few weeks. I have my Adeptus Custodes still primed on their sheets and have yet to do any painting for them. I have the Curtis Jeep plane that I have yet to touch again since that live stream. I might eventually get that built, but it was giving me a lot of headaches with how much it was out of straight. You can still see the repair work I had to do. And it was missing a few pieces. So I might still eventually get to that, finish that up, but for the now, it's just on the shelf. I have more of my Heresy era models that are primed. And the Skaven that I wanted to get done before Age of Sigmar 4.0 came out. I have a couple of weeks left. They still haven't announced the exact release date, but I got a few more models to paint. I also have plans to finish painting these 9 models before 4th edition comes out. Having several projects going on at once helps me stay motivated. If I don't feel like working on one unit right now, I have another one in a different phase to work on. Sometimes I would rather build a model or a unit, and sometimes I'd rather paint or organize my back wall. All of those have different feels. All of those have different feels to them, and sometimes you just want to get another model painted or build another model that's in a box. And that's why I consider it my pile of opportunity as well, because if the opportunity arises and I want to build an orc instead of a beaky, I can. Or I might decide to build even more beakies for my heresy army, and my orcs can sit on the shelf for another day. I mean, eventually I'll need to build up my 2 Stompas, but I also eventually need to build up my heresy army. Both are good, both are working towards that progress, both feel cool to have momentum to actually get things done, but neither of them are so important to have them done in a single day or for a single video until I feel like it's a good idea. I hope you enjoyed this sneak peek and preview into future videos over the next couple of weeks and months. I look forward to getting some of these completed and videos out, but I felt that sometimes having a sneak peek and seeing that projects are in process and not actually finished is perfectly acceptable as well. Hey look, I got these cleaned up since I've started videoing this. Woohoo! Subscribe if you haven't so that you don't miss any future videos. I also want to thank my patrons and supporters for making these videos possible. And until next time, I hope you find your bit of bliss.